G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So as the title suggests, today's video is a team building one for the upcoming EZA of the LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, obviously dropping as part 2 of the AGL Gohan celebration. Now as you can see, mine is pretty ready to go. Got him fully link level 10, got some decent equips on him. Did go a bit of a balance between crit and additional because he does raise his defense on super, so those additionals are going to be really handy in difficult content. But then the crit for, because he is a crazy, well, not crazy, he is a pretty good damage dealer. I know there was quite a lot of disappointment on the JB side when this did come out because they practically gave him defense and very little on the offensive side, but still a pretty solid EZA in my eyes. He does have one of the best effects with the extra key per key sphere obtained. Those units just operate really well on any team that you put them on. So let's jump into the team building. So as you can see here, I do have Cell as the leader because the weakness for this EZA is the Android Saga. So as you can see, this is my roster for the Android Saga. And with all LR EZAs, there is an additional weakness with the legendary power skill active. So what we'll do is we'll just firstly off run through the leaders. So Cell is your best leader. He is the 4 key, 150 HP attack and the 170 defense. If you don't have Cell, your next best bet is either the INT 16, who I'm pretty sure I've reversed because I was grinding his super attack up because I didn't want to waste any Kais on him. As we click that there, as you can see, he is the 3 key 120% lead. And then there is also the free-to-play Krillin, who is a 3 key and 120% as well. You can get him from the barbershop with the Ultimate Clash currency. If you don't have him, honestly, I probably wouldn't recommend it. You're not going to get a great deal of value out of him, even though he is a stacker that does have a high chance of stunning. So he's good in long events and the short ones like SBR, but still that currency is very limited. So those are your 3 leaders. Obviously, I do have the Cell, so I'll be running him as my leader. Physical units are going to get the most advantage here, so using someone like this physical Cell and Cell Juniors is going to be a great option because you're going to be linking him up next to the LR Cell if you've got them, adding in his ability to heal. He can still put out some pretty big damage as a big bad bosses unit. He's going to be one of your first choices to put on this team. The next that I will be throwing in is the LR Androids. They've certainly aged. They're not as good as they once were, but with their ability to dodge, when you go into 16, he's a bit of a tank, so they're pretty solid to run. They're not the best unit on a day-to-day basis, but they definitely will serve a great deal of use here. The physical Piccolo, it's going to be really good. Stacks his defense, can foresee super attacks, so that's basically a win-win. I know I'll be running him on my team. And another good, well, pretty solid option is this physical Super Saiyan Future Gohan. As you can see here, he does get damage reduction at the start of every turn up until 50%, which is pretty solid. It would be nice if he did get a bigger defensive boost from his passive, and that would allow him to obviously just tank like crazy. When he gets in EZA, he'll be super good, but he also does raise his attack and defense for 1 turn on super. So I think he will probably make it onto my team for the time being. As you can see, I do not have the LR physical Super Saiyan Trunks. He is an awesome option for this, especially with his ability crit. So he would be one of those units that you would throw onto this team immediately. Other solid options, you could use this Gohan as, well, pre-EZA'd. He's not going to do much in the way defensively, but if you can keep him protected, possibly use him in 3rd slot, he could be a pretty good damage dealer for you. A lot of people will have this AGL Gohan. He's a stacker, can still put up pretty solid numbers, and a lot of people are going to have dupes invested into him. So he might be, say, one of the last units that you choose to use. As you can see, unfortunately, I do have his TUR rainbowed. Not something to be proud of, I guess. Cell Junior could work reasonably well with the Cell. As you can see, launches the additional super when you've got the Cell on the team. But lowering attack and defense isn't going to be much of a useful ability in an EZA. This Cell, while his healing would be really handy, I wouldn't recommend bringing him, even though he's an LR, just because he's going to have type advantage. If you cop a super on him, that's going to be very damaging to your chances of beating the event. If need be, worst comes to worst, you could probably rock this Super Saiyan Vegeta. As you can see, mine is only SA13. I've got the second copy here for those interested. But being an LR, he's going to get the increased damage. He's not at type disadvantage, but his defense isn't the craziest. So I will probably, not sure who I will bring in the last slot. Probably AGL Gohan. You're not going to be fighting multiple enemies, so this guy is going to be no good to you, even though he does get his EZA from the Halloween celebration. We just found out from the V-Jump leaks. This guy, once awakened in the EZA, could be alright. And the same goes for this guy. If we had his EZA on global for this, he would be great for it. As you can see, I've fully level 10'd him, but for the time being, we don't have that. So I think this roster that I've put together down below is probably going to be your best bet. We've got 4 units that can activate legendary power, and that's how we're going to be able to deal great amounts of damage. We've got the healer in Physical Cell for seeing super attacks with the Piccolo. I think this is a pretty well-rounded team to take on this EZA. So hopefully you guys have got a lot of these units and you're going to be able to smash through the EZA and get your LR Gohan finished, because everyone wants that free 30 stones as well. So thank you all for watching. Let me know down below what type of team you're going to be rocking with, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.